All right, so when opportunity arises, you take advantage of it. I've got nothing to do today. Well, that's not true. I've got nothing I want to do today. So I got a random call. Guy is asking me to go pick up a car about an hour away. So I'm gonna go do that, but Keegan's running dumpsters in the other truck, so he has a lot of my straps and stuff. So I'm running into my favorite place, Harbor Freight. I'm gonna get what I need to go pick up a car. That'll do. I guess I misspoke. I just took a look. It's about 80 miles there, 80 miles back. We'll make a quick penny on it, but it should be a pretty easy job. We know what happens when we say that, don't we? I just stopped at the gas station. I waddled in because reasons. I emptied out my body of all its horrible, horrible things. And then I left quietly, trying not to make eye contact with the person at the counter, because it's a very, very small gas station. All right, looks like we're finally rolling up. Gotta love a long gravel road. So some of you may recognize this from your high school days, but this is the equivalent to a Mitsubishi 3000 GT with the twin turbo, but the Dodge version. So the kid had one of these in high school, he wanted another. This is gonna be a project car for him. Right now, what we're doing is we're using the hill for this driveway to basically get this in, because obviously it's too steep of an angle, and I don't wanna destroy that front bumper before getting it there. So we're gonna kinda use this hill to get it lined up just the way we need to get it on the trailer. Look at that, there's 4 points of contact almost. All right, she's loaded up. Man, those 4 points of contact are awesome. New tires on this thing. It sounds nice. It definitely needs some work. Definitely needs some paint correction and stuff like that. But man, I can remember wanting one of these when I saw him driving one of these in high school. And the fact that he found a twin turbo version still that's in good shape, that's pretty cool. I'd be lying if I wasn't a tad bit jealous of this thing. It needs a lot of work, don't get me wrong. But man, the little tuner race car boy in me really wants this car. I wonder if I can try to get it out. It's also a Dodge and it's white. It kind of fit my brand. I don't know. Good find on his part. Sounds like he got it dirt cheap and he's just gonna make it a nice little project. Look at it. It kind of looks cool going down the road, if I'm being honest. Like, looking in the mirror looks awesome. Looks fast just sitting there. So luckily it's hard to see here, there's a bump here, so we're actually gonna straighten out and aim right at this bump. That way we don't have to tilt it as high and roll it off. Yeah, look at that. We're barely gonna have to tilt it. I'm gonna wish I took this home. I already know it. So despite being in gear and having the parking brake on, I noticed this thing really wanted to roll back. So what I'm gonna do instead is I think I'm gonna hook up the winch and then get it neutral and then lower it down. Just feel more comfortable about it that way. Yeah, we can't have that happen. Wow, that is so close. Look how close this is. So it's not touching yet, but dang is it close. I mean, woo-wee. The goal is not to tear up this bumper. The exhaust needs replaced, so I don't know why I'm being so careful, but hey, it's not my car. You gotta be careful. Making it easy. Heck, I might not even have to turn the dang thing on. Perfect. Perfect angle. All right, it's been a long time since we've been in one of these sports cars, but oh my gosh, there must be a short shifter on this thing because it is nice and close. Let's see if we can back this out without embarrassing ourselves. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah. Perfect. Wow, I really want to take this for a joyride. Right, successful delivery. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, so as you guys can tell, I am not a car hauler. This trailer is not made for car hauling. That trailer that I have back there is actually what I use for shipping containers. If you haven't watched the channel before, that is what I bought it for, and that's kind of what I fabricated it to do. That's why it has those rails on the side. So I use that to deliver shipping containers locally for rent, or sometimes I sell them. I have also since been using it to haul equipment. So that tilt angle is not very, conducive to loading cars unless it's an SUV or a scrap car that I don't care about. But it works out in a pinch, and this guy was in a pinch. He needed that thing like ASAP. I guess the other guy he was buying it from might have been moving, so he needed to get it off his property before he left and never to return. And he wanted that car, so we went and got it. No worries. But let's go see what we go do next. All right, so we're picking up another car actually, but this one's like a 2015 Chevy Cruze. You'll see what we end up doing with it, because this one's actually going to me, but it don't run. So it just goes to show, older doesn't necessarily mean worse, or better newer doesn't mean better, whatever I'm saying, I don't know. Anyway, we're rolling up, we're picking up this thing. This one we're just gonna have fun with. So this is the car. It actually looks perfectly fine. And there's not a scratch on the side. The front bumper's all messed up. But yeah, apparently the head gasket's blown on it or something, but he can't get it to start. Look at that though. It's a manual. I was gonna crush this. I don't know how I feel about it now. This could still be a perfectly good car. It really only has 118,000 miles. We're off. Hey, look at that. A little bumper rub never hurt anybody. When you're not really sure what you hooked underneath the car, but it's still working. Oh yeah, here it is. There's the big ding. Other than that, there's only one little mark right. Oh, that's not even a mark. That was just a smudge. There looks like you ran over something here. Other than that, the whole rest of this car is clean. So what happens is when I go to turn it, it just smells like it's absolutely dumping gas and not getting any actual fire. But it's definitely turning over. So this is probably actually a pretty simple issue. And my guess is this could probably be started for, I'd say less than $1,000 at worst. I do love me, a good, oh, 6-speed, what? Huh, not that it's gonna be fast, but still kind of cool. All right, it's a rainy day, but I did a little bit of YouTube mechanic research. I kid you not when I say I could be so lucky that this repair is nearly free or less than $20. Either one would be pretty cool, and then I'll have a decision to make. All right, after several days of rain, which we needed because we were basically in a drought, I'm finally back out at the shop to see if we can get that car working. So actually, I did a quick junk pickup, so take a look at this. It took me all of like 10 minutes, and what they had me picking up was all metal and 2 cardboard boxes full of cardboard boxes. So all of this will basically just go into a metal dumpster, and the cardboard box, we have a place that we can literally just drop cardboard off for free. But I'm a little nervous because this is the nicest day I've had in a while, but take a look at these guys. They're all bunched up here in the corner. I'm pretty sure, tell me if I'm wrong, farmers, isn't that kind of like a sign of rain or bad weather coming? Kind of looks like it off in the distance too. It's just kind of gross, muggy feeling. But hey guys, what are you guys doing? Huh? Please don't charge the fence. What are you guys doing? Oh, you're stepping back. Hey! Hey! Please don't bite me. Please don't bite me. Hey! You want petting? Please don't bite me. Hi, baby. Oh, yeah, you're big. Hey. Right there. Hi. Oh, everybody's coming to take a look at me. Hey, how's it going? Hi. How's it going, guys? Do you want a petting? Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Right there. Whoa, dude, you're big. You're so big. cows bite? I don't know. Hey, you just want to get to know me? Yeah, you really don't like when I reach out though, do you? Are your owners abusive? Maybe not. Well, let me tell you. They will be one day. You'll be my burger. Also, look at this. I started a little dirt track around the perimeter of the shop so that take the go-karts out, some of the toy go-karts around the entire shop. And then there'll be a fence over there when Dollar General gets built. We'll have a nice little private track. Bye, guys. It never fails. I knew I should have put that thing in the shop. All right, so let's recap what I have figured out so far. So when I picked this thing up, I was shocked. I was already hauling that one car that day, so then I got this call about picking up this junk car. The idea behind this was I was actually going to purchase this from the guy because he couldn't actually drive it to the junkyard like he planned. I was going to purchase it from him so I could stuff it into one of my dumpsters for advertising, and you can take a look at that last video where I did that before. That was incredibly easy. Well, anyway, that was the plan until I actually saw the car. 118,000 miles or 108, whichever it was. And based on what he told me was wrong with it, I've narrowed it down to like 3 issues. These things are notorious for the camshaft position sensor to go bad. Which, if anybody knows, I mean, you can get a really cheap one from Amazon for about like $11. But otherwise, I went over to AutoZone or O'Reilly's, I don't remember which, and I bought one for like 30 bucks. So we're like $30, $40 in on the camshaft position sensor. I also found out that these things are notorious for having a bad ground wire to the computer, which can cause false codes. So I stole a wire from a vacuum cleaner that is in my shop that was broken. So I literally cut it open, took a ground wire and routed it to a better ground spot. And I could actually see the old ground was just covered in dirt, oil, and it didn't look like it was doing very well. So it does make sense why those may go bad every once in a while. So that would actually almost get the thing started. So outside of that, I also then got a $18 it's purge solenoid valve. He told me that this happened after he filled up his tank, and so this thing has a full tank of gas, a brand new battery, and brand new tires on it. So he told me after he filled up the gas to full, he had an issue. Looked that up as well. That can be notorious for this purge solenoid thing. So we're going to replace it too. Super cheap part. At the end of the day, I'll probably return whatever the problem isn't, but since I'm so far out of the way from, you know, civilization where there's a car place, to get parts, I got a few different parts. Outside of that, I probably will replace spark plugs because this thing's probably been cranked over, you know, 50 plus times without starting. But let's see if we can just fix this for next to nothing. I knew I should have just ordered it myself. I go into the parts store, AutoZone, because O'Reilly never does this to me. They gave me the wrong one. They gave me the wrong one. And the best part is there's 2 different camshaft position sensors on this car, and they didn't give me either of the right ones. So frustrating. All right, we're back. The weather's a little bit nicer, and we have the right camshaft position sensors. So we should be good to go. Let's get this installed. So I just wasted a lot of money, and by a lot I mean like $100 and all those parts, but truly $100. I think 40 bucks for spark plugs, 45 bucks for 2 of the correct camshaft position sensors. Although I did notice once I installed those that the rich gas smell went away, But I did just come across this. Take a look at this. That is the coolant, or where the coolant should be. It's bone dry. I wonder if this dude just totally burned up his motor. I mean, entirely. I mean, there's like nothing in there. So at this point, I almost wonder if the guy just has a huge blown head gasket. So maybe it was wasted a lot of time. Who knows? All right, guys, as you can see, it started raining again. So I actually just went and picked up some cash from somebody who rented a dumpster earlier, and we actually had a really great conversation. A lot of insight. It's always really cool to get insight from people who have a different approach of doing business. This guy is doing big things, and he was like, why aren't you doing this? And I was like, why am I not doing this? So anyway, long story short, I've moved on from that car for now, but why don't you in the comments tell me, what should we do with that car? Like I said, the original plan was to use it for advertising. I was gonna smash it up, stuff in a dumpster, and put it in the busiest part of towns for people to see and get a chuckle out of. Brings in more business, right? Or, don't forget, I only paid $200. I'm about $100 in now on parts, and it's not starting. It's gonna end up being a super simple thing, I know. The code reader isn't giving me the right code to tell me really what's wrong. So, not sure. Do I keep, do I limit myself to, put $500 into the car, have a $1,000 running car, or $700 running car, and, it's worth $3K. I use it as my daily driver because, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back to the shop. It'd be a good daily. Or do I flip it? How about you guys tell me, if it was you, what would you like to do? Or do we just ramp it off that ramp, straight into a dumpster, and make some more content about it for absolutely no reason and only your enjoyment? Go in the comments and tell me what you want to see. I'll catch you guys next time, and I hope to see you in the next video. Go ahead and like and subscribe that video now. Stop waiting. Just subscribe. Catch you next time.